everyone, my name is Sarah. Thank you so much for coming to my channel today. In today's video I am going to be doing a full face of products that are quite new or brand new to me. So I have some things from Morphe, MAC, Target, Ulta, kind of a nice mixture of high-end drugstore. The one thing that is kind of like a highlight of all of this is this glitter palette from CAI. Not familiar with this, but I grabbed this at Target for $8 here in Minnesota, so that's the kind of the highlight, so to speak. I'm really excited to check this out. And then, some other cool stuff. So I'm going to be all over the place with my order of operations. I already have my brows on. To fill them in today, I use the Brow Contour Pro from Benefit. This is Brown Light. So this is the second lightest one. So it kind of goes when I have darkness, but also when I have like kind of all this bleach blonde through my hair. So with that being said, I'm going to get started and try out a bunch of new stuff with you. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do. Your support means the world to me, and let's dive right in. So I'm going to start by priming my eyes with the Morphe Eye Base. Picked this up from the Morphe store at Mall of America the other day. Didn't even know they made an eye primer until I went in there. And I'm going to be going over this with my concealer. Yeah, this feels a lot like Primer Potion. And that Morphe store had a deal going where you could get the sponge, this primer for eyes, and then their continuous setting spray, all for $20. And I thought that was a phenomenal price point, so of course I had to get it. Yeah, I had no idea what to expect with this primer, but it is really easy to work in. So there's that. So far, first impression, I like the feel of it. Doesn't really leave anything on the lid, but we know what's there, so it's going to do what we need it to. Now that that's done, I'm actually going to move on to skin. It's just the order I like to do. Since I don't have a brand new like face primer, so to speak, to use, I am going to try this because I know they used to call it Prep and Set. So, let's give it a whirl. Smells nice. Definitely a soft application. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it will offer my skin once I'm ready to set it. So for foundation, I'm going to try the Milk Makeup Blur Liquid. They've done some shade extensions. Previously I couldn't wear this because I didn't have a color light enough for me. And I'm thinking this one ought to do the trick. This is in the color Porcelain. Yes. And it is a liquid, so you do want to shake it before you use it. I'm going to dispense some on the back of my hand. And then with that Morphe sponge, it's quite damp. I'm going to just pick it up with one of the sides and start pressing that in. And of course on camera it's going to look way too light. Now, I've been using this Morphe sponge a handful of times now, and I do like it. It's just, it is a lot firmer than a beauty blender, so it's just something to get used to. But, I mean, first impression of this foundation, I think it looks really good. Now I'm just trying to build it up over those blemishes that are still showing through. Alright, so the next item I'm going to try out is the MAC Studio Fix Concealer. This is in the shade NC10. That's also my foundation color, but this is brighter than that foundation, which I think is really cool. Doe foot applicator. And because some of these things are still peeking through, I am still going to put some of this concealer on them in a moment. Then with that same Morphe sponge, I'm going to use the pointy end and blend this concealer underneath my eyes. I'm going to take some of the leftover and put it on my lids, so when I put eyeshadow on top, they'll really pop. and then I'll blend out the rest. All right, so then to set all of this, we're going to try the Milk setting powder. They call it the Blur and Set Matte Loose Setting Powder. This is in the color Translucent Light. They also have a medium and a deep. And I've heard many, many good things about this, but I never personally tried it. And upon opening it, I'm discovering that they do provide a little sponge. So maybe I'll try that. And that also has a cover over the sifter as well that should flip up. And then inside it says Blur, Set, and Go. It's very protected. Like not just a sticker on it, but straight up like a piece of plastic. And then it has a fine mesh, so you can like knock this into the lid or just work off what's on the mesh. I'm going to attempt to knock some into the lid without making a giant mess. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, this is just a mess. I don't know what I'm doing here, so don't be like me. I may end up taking this off. There we go. That little cap that was all flippy flopping around was very frustrating. All right, so I'm gonna take the little sponge that they provided and pick up some of the powder on it. And I'm just going to take the Morphe sponge and pat out the creasing that's happening on my under eye, and then press this powder in. And I just do one at a time. And I'm just gently pressing the powder in with that sponge. Looking very demonic and possessed as I look up. But pressing is what allows you to maintain everything and not disturb or lift. And then I'm also going to set my lids. Once again, patting all that out. I'm going to take a oversized blending brush from BH Cosmetics and pick up that powder. And set my lids. 2 reasons for this. 1, stops that concealer from creasing, and 2, no more sticky equals an easier blend when I go to play with eyeshadow. Alright, and then on a larger powder brush, the number 40 from Sephora Pro, I'm going to pick up that powder from the lid and just kind of press and roll just on the perimeters. I don't want to put it like right on the cheekbone because I want that foundation to grab onto the highlight. But we can like do the nose portion. So not a heavy powder. It's actually really nicely milled. I like the texture of it, so I can see myself falling in love with that and getting it again. Alright, so then for highlight, because I like to do this before I do blush, I'm going to use the new Fenty highlight. I've used this in a couple of videos, and it is the newest one that I have for highlight. I'm going to apply that with a MAC 116. And it's basically just like a micronized glitter. That's so pretty. Alright, and then for a blush type product, I don't have any brand new blushes, but I do have this one from MAC Holiday Collection from last year. It's their Magic Dust powder in the color Sweet Vision, limited edition, don't mind it. It's just, you know, it's a pretty color. So I'm going to apply that. I'm going to use a MAC, I don't even know what number this is. It's a blush brush from MAC. Picking some up, tapping off excess. Now we don't look dead. We look much cuter. So that is complexion. It's not really that big of a deal. I'm going to use that spray again. I really like the smell of it. It's fresh. I can't put my finger on what exactly the scent is, but I think it's really nice. So we're just going to get that to dry down, which I'm noticing it dries down a lot quicker than most setting sprays, probably because it's such a fine mist. And then I'm noticing that my brows were disturbed a little while I was doing all of the skin, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to use the lighter of the two shades and advance it and just do a little touching up on the inner part of my brow. All right, and then to hold all that down, I'm going to use the Milk Kush Fiber Brow Gel. It's really nice. It's made with CBD oil, so it's also very nourishing to the brows. And it's pretty much like Gimme Brow, except vegan. All right, so moving on, we're going to do the eyes, because we're looking still a little bit weird without them done. So to begin with that, we're going to use the Friendcation palette from Dose of Colors in collaboration with Desi and Katie. So I'm going to basically be using just the mattes out of here because this guy is going to be what gives us all the magic. So I am going to start out with the MAC 224, and I believe the color that I'm going to start out with right here is called Basic. This is not bright enough for me to use on the brow. It's still too dark for me. Shocker, but it's a perfect transition color. Alright, and then with that same brush, I'm going to go in with this color right here called Necessary, and also applying that in the crease. A little bit on the outer V as well. And then also with that same 224 and that Necessary color, I'm going to pick some up and just put it on my bottom lash line. Alright, and then after that, I'm going to take this color right here called Churro, and I'm going to pick that up with a MAC 217 and also put that through the crease and on the outer corner a little bit. Just keeping it a little bit lower. And I've used this palette, I would say about 5 times now, and it is really freaking nice. I will definitely say that the mattes blend, have pigmentation, no issues, and the shimmers definitely apply better with a finger versus even being used wet. So keep that in mind. But I mean, we are not lacking on pigmentation. And then with that same 217 and that same Churro color, I'm going to again apply it on my bottom lash line. So far so good. I'm going to go back into my 224 and just blend. I'm not adding anything extra. And then finally, I am going to go in with this super dark brown right here. They call this Cheens. And I'm just going to pack that on my outer corner. I'm always tapping off my excess because these shadows do not play. Easy to apply, easy to blend. And then I'm going to put some of that Cheens color on the bottom lash line, but I'm going to use this really tiny brush right here. This is from BH. It's super old. It doesn't even have like a name or a number on it. It just has BH Cosmetics on it, but it's a tiny pencil brush, whatever you have handy. We're taking that all the way along because this look is about to take a turn to get real dramatic once we put the sparkle on. So I don't want my bottom lash line to be lacking on, you know, matching that drama. So honestly, you could take that basic color and pop that all over the lid and it'd be a really beautiful matte look, but that just wouldn't be fun. And that's not what we're here to do. We're not here to be boring. We are here to have some fun. So with that being said, we are going to bring this bad boy to the party. I haven't even touched these yet, nor have I swatched them. I have a sneaking suspicion that these will likely apply best with a finger, but I still have a, let's see here, a 242 to use just in case. Oh gosh, there's so many beautiful colors in here. I think I'm gonna do something like this kind of fuchsia purple tone. Looks a lot different, at least in my viewfinder, than it does in person. But I'm rubbing my finger in that and holy smokes. I mean, are you kidding me? We're gonna just see what this does on the skin. First time. Don't mind the foundation there. Wow. Wow. That's pretty freaking marvelous. Cameras will never ever do glitter any justice. Now I will point out that on my finger there is kind of like excess chunks, so I'll be interested to see how this applies onto my lid. But yeah, these have no names on them, so when I just kind of hold it up as is, it's this fuchsia purple right here. And just gonna grab more with the middle finger and see what happens when I put this on my eyelid. I'm just gonna pat it on. It does have some stickiness to it, so I'm not sure if like it has a built-in glitter glue. But I mean, we have nothing falling down. Picking up a bit more. So I think probably the best way to use these glitters, oh, we have a couple pieces falling down now, but nothing you can't recover from. I'm gonna wipe my finger on my paper towel here. I'm gonna see if I can grab this with a 242 so I can get my inner corner. So it'll pick up on the brush. It doesn't pick up a ton. I suspect that this is going to, I mean, I'm able to paint it on the back of my hand. I can't push it into the brush, but it builds with the brush, picking it up. So we're gonna see if I can build this on my lid. And I'm just gonna close my eyes while I do this, or at least close the one eye. Because it is getting in my lashes. I don't want it falling into my eyeball. Definitely can't blend this, obviously. Kind of get it where you want it and ooh. Okay, so this, once it falls onto the cheek, it wants to stick. Easy to remove. Just took my little under eye setting brush, but not bad. I'll be curious to see how it wears. I'm going to do the same thing on my other eye. So I think my struggle with this is to like not make a giant mess on the under part as well as just like hit the inner corner. Just a little bit of a zoomed in look for you. I can keep it zoomed in while I finish this up if you don't mind. Alright, so we're going to go back with that 217 and the color called Cheens, I believe it is. Yeah, the really dark brown. So we're going to add more of that and try and kind of pat it over the edge of this fuchsia color. to kind of keep it a little bit nicer looking. So I'm just patting that on. A little bit of fall down. That was my own fault for not knocking the excess off the brush. And I'm just gently pressing some of it over the glitter to kind of encourage some sort of transition. That's looking better already. And I'm going to just very, very lightly graze the edge on this. Graze this edge. The glitter is transferring. Like, if you look closely, it is beginning to move. So I may have to play around with this some more and see, like, do I need to put like a base and then put a glitter glue and then pack this on so it's like really solid? But I'd say in general it's not a bad product. All right, and then I'm just gonna blend out that bottom lash line more. Take that darkness down a little bit. Okay, so I think that's what I'm going to be doing for like anything on the lid or bottom lash line. And I will do a different video, or maybe something like at the very end, where I swatch all of these, because like they are pretty. Like, I mean, we can see there's no disappointment with the outcome. It is an extremely soft thing, so like if you get a really close look here, you can see like it's kind of moved all around. So if you do decide to get this, just be really careful with how hard you're putting your finger into it. Otherwise, you're just gonna like push it all out and it'll make a big mess. All right, so the next new product I'm going to try is this eyeliner from Milk. It is their long wear gel eyeliner. So the color is called Boss. It's just a black twist up mechanical deal. The other end has a smudger, and then you can pull that out and it's like a little sharpener, which is kind of slick. So if you ever want to make like the thing pointy again, you can. I'm just going to put this in my waterline. First impression of this, it is extremely easy to apply. And then I'm going to take that tiny little brush and just kind of buff underneath to make sure that nothing is like too harsh. And, you know, staying in the shot for you. Okay, so now we move on to some mascara. I'm going to try the NARS Climax mascara. Climax? Excuse me. Yes, Climax. I always get confused here. This is my first time trying it. Nice brush. Very volumizing. Not clumpy at all. Like, what a difference. I guess it's hard to tell with a dramatic look, but in person I can see what a difference. Very, very easy to apply. Like the formula a ton. So I believe the claims with this mascara is that it is lengthening, curling, volumizing, lightweight. We can see. They look pretty good. So then, final thing for the eyes, I have these lashes from Velour. They're called the Live-In Lashes. So I've never tried lashes that don't require trimming at all. And And I've also never tried Velour adhesive. I got this in gratis from work, so here we go, trying it today. The claim with these two, let's see here, it says they're long lasting. You should get 20 plus wears per pair. Handcrafted, individually handmade, easy application, flexible thread bands mold perfectly to the eye, maximum comfort, lightweight and comfortable wear all day. It says 100% cruelty free, synthetic silk fiber is soft to the touch. So I think that, yeah, the whole idea behind these is that you are able to wear them as well without having to apply any eyeliner on the top. So that's what I'm hoping to experience today. Hope that I can get these off the tray without destroying them. Alright, so this adhesive will start out kind of iridescent and dry clear. I've heard really marvelous things about Velour lashes, and I've definitely heard really good things about their adhesive, so I'm looking forward to finding out how both of these things work out. Gotta give it about 20-30 seconds, especially when it's really fresh glue like this, for it to get tacky. Because if you put it on while it's really fresh and wet, it'll just slip and slide and destroy it. And, you know, it's already going to be a challenge to get these on without any eyeliner underneath, as well as just to stick when there's all that glitter. I'm going to use some tweezers to apply these. And the idea is that you just start these from the outside and let them kind of fade inward. I've always struggled to get lashes to blend in with mine without eyeliner. Alright. So I mean, they are really pretty. In this look they don't add a ton, but that's okay. Then we're going to finish this look with lips. So one of the things that I've been using for the last few days is this Powder Kiss lipstick in Burning Love from MAC. I think it's stunning. It is a matte lipstick, but it doesn't feel dry or, you know, like it's going to just drag on your lips and be hard to apply considering how matte it is. It's perfect for this time of year. So I'm going to apply this and see if it plays well with this look or if I need to remove it and do something a bit more subtle. Very, very dramatic. Very pretty. And then I have a lip topper from Jouer that I was thinking of trying on top of it. It's called Skinny Dip. So we're going to give this a go. And I got this through Sephora. They gave it to me in gratis. And I'm trying not to get too much of the lipstick on it. Okay, so while I think this is really beautiful, I think I'm just going to do the lip topper by itself because I think this is a little bit too dramatic all at once. So I'm just going to grab a paper towel and take off the lip. Okay, so we're just going to use Skinny Dip by itself. I like that a lot more. Much better. So this is the completed look. Nice and, you know, everyday casual. Just kidding, but I had a lot of fun making this video, a lot of fun creating this look. Keep your eyes peeled for kind of a swatch type video of that glitter palette. My arm's covered for you. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I hope you enjoyed. Again, please subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye!